What was the process of writing that song? I mean, it really spoke to the pain of and anger of millions of people. So there's magic there.
Yeah.
Was that what? How many edits? How many like lines did you write? Were there any lines that you were like tormented by, haunted by? Come back, should I do it this way or that?
Do you have a? I don't know. Can you pull TikTok up on this? So if you go to my page, so if you go
There's
down,
some chickens.
go down pre-Richmond. You can see the original version of Richmond where I put it up.
This is so cool to see the evolution.
There it is. Okay, so that's if you play that, that's.
I have too many unfinished songs.
Yeah, play that. Click that and play it.
I've been selling my soul.
724.
Oh wow.
For bullshit play, so I can sit out here, waste my life away, drag back home to drink my troubles.
And if you read through this, it's so funny. Everybody's like, "You're about to blow up," but that's
the world's gotten to people like me.
That's all I had.
Like you.
So I had just that.
You should probably finish this one. Might be real popular. That's a post from a few days later.
That was in July.
Fuck. That's so inspiring.
So
man.
that's what I had.
That's so inspiring. That's what, like a couple of weeks before you posted the final version.
That's all I had. That's all I had written at that point. Like that in my mind. That's the inspiration for the song, was that little bit, and I wrote that just because I was on job sites all day, and going into like all these just terrible places to work, like dealing with different contractors and stuff. You were talking about wanting to go and talk to blue collar people and all. It's like, that's what I did for work basically for 8 years, was build long-term relationships with people in blue collar. I was in the industrial space. So I'd talk to 20 different people a day, when you sit in a job site trailer and talk to a group of dudes, like, and you're not there with some news camera, you're just there as like a random dude. Like, you hear so much about what really goes on behind the scenes of the structure of what builds this country and keeps it going. And I think that's probably what it was. It was just it was how I felt, but also how I guess a lot of other, like, it was just, I don't know, it just seemed like the truth. So
you jotted down even to the details, like in a notebook, like those words?
No, it's always just on my phone. I would just keep recording like, so if you were to go back to TikTok, like, and look at any of those original videos, so like the songs that ended up charting, let's say, like the ones that were on there that charted with Richmond, like this, I've Got to Get Sober. So literally,
that's a good song. Yeah.
So literally what I did was, this video I took at my property. This is my carport where my camper was.
Mm-hmm.
And, I took this video. I went to some sketchy virus-ridden MP3 to WAV file, or MP4 to WAV file transfer thing. I would rip the audio off of this video, put this on TikTok, and then put that on DistroKid, and that was the song. But basically, like, this would have been the first time I played I've Got to Get Sober all the way through. Like, I would just keep writing it and working on it, writing it and record myself, and maybe I would record myself 30 times over the period of like 2 months. You know what I mean?
Oh, but it's, when you say writing, you mean in your head, not actually typed out or written anywhere.
Right. It was just video.
Like,
it was mostly just video.
Over and over, just videos.
I'm just trying to figure out how to make it. Yeah. But that's what all these are, like, the audio file from all these videos is what ended up on Spotify and all that. You know what I mean? Like,
it's cool to see these videos before you blew up. So this is a good song. You're playing I've Got. So what is this at the end?
Yeah. These were all.
Don't sell your soul, brother. This is the best music I've heard in a long time. That's a comment before you blew up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I had about 10,000 followers or something.
What a fucking song. That's a good one.
And you gotta think, like, this was, like, that was when I quit drinking, you know what I mean? Like, so that.
But the troubles and the sin of the world that we're in knock me back off my feet.
So that's coming from your heart right there. And just imagine the thousands of people you helped with that.
Know how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
But it ain't gonna happen tonight, so pour 'em down strong till I drown. And if I wake up tomorrow when that sun comes back around, I'll be wishing I was sober.
It's so crazy how those cicadas and stuff come in. Like, I just felt like it was a god. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
The bird, like, that's just off my phone. All that stuff's just there, you know?
And the bowl, they've been saving my soul from the pain that the world's put on me. And Lord, I know that upstairs there's an old man who cares, and one day he'll set me free. I'll go on a whim, start writing a hymn.
That's a genius of song. That's genius, brother.
It's just
That's genius.
It's just crazy to think about. Yeah.
And what's this one right before? What is this? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's like probably the.
And this
That
is
was
a
so
nice
neat.
recording. Got it.
Yeah, so this video got uploaded, and then Draven from Radio WV would have gotten a hold of me in between this and that. He watched this and was like, dude, he said, we got to record that one. And that, like I said, I didn't have it all, but I just had whatever was in that video is all I had written. It was, I think it was just the chorus and the first verse. Draven saw that video
And said, we got to do this one.
reach out to me to record, and he's like, no, we got to do that one. And I was like, dude, that's all I got.
Tell me about that guy, Draven.
He probably is like, he's probably like my best friend now. We hit it off with this, and we're like brothers now, I guess. But
Can you talk about like what he's doing for country, for music in general, for country music, for discovering talent, for like,
yeah,
I mean, he's clearly sees something in people.
Yeah, he's just he's a little bit younger than I am, and he wrote music and played, and he's got some of his, if you look up Draven Rife, he's going to kill me for even saying this, but he's got some dude, if he was like a pop singer, he would be like, he can write the most catchy stuff ever.
Let's go.
Yeah, so click on like, I don't know, like,
Bye-bye.
Yeah, there you
All right. That's him?
go. Yeah.
Where's this from? 5 years ago.
I was feeling on my way. I was 10 years old, walking underneath the blanket of West Virginia snow. Then I walked right by, no trespass sign. Yeah, the grass looked green across property line. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
You know, he could probably do, if he does like, he could probably be real famous.
Well,
he's got a certain look.
That dude will sit there and he'll just like, we'll just be sitting there at like 2 a.m. and he'll just all of a sudden do this little thing. And he's got like the most amazing first part of this like song, or we just started to co-write together like in the last few months. So I'm really excited for that. But if you go to this is really funny too. I'm sorry, Draven. I love you, man. So go to videos and go to oldest first. This is what's so awesome about Draven. He was originally working for this lady who was trying to develop different types of hair care products, but he thought the market was too saturated. So he was going to get into beard oil. So he created Radio WV as like a fake plug page for his Burly Boy beard brand he was working with. So like click, like if you look at like that very first video, it's like it's got all his beard products. And if you look, there's multiple ones like that.
Yeah.
So he started it just to do this beard thing with, and then like I don't know, he just kind of felt called to like keep going with it, and it just sort of naturally progressed from there.
That too is inspiring. Like you start out one way and then you discover something real special. I mean, he's got an eye for how to bring out, I don't know what it is, like both the audio side and the video side, how to bring out the best in person.
He says he just wants it to sound like the way he likes hearing it, which kind of makes sense, you know? Like it's kind of in the same way talking about when we were talking about setting the cameras up and a professional would tell you needed 3 lights. And you're like,
Yeah.
well, I think it would work with he's just kind of like, well, it'll just work like this.
And do it in a way where he likes it. Yeah, just do it for yourself.
He does it because he loves it. And you can see, it shows,
Yeah, you can see it in there.
Um,
and there's some good talent. Like you were showing me this new lady, Gabriel.
Yeah, she's got it. But not a lot of people would record her doing that song. But he's like, I don't know. It just was different. I just thought people ought to hear it. But it was a blessing that he came along when he did. It was like, it really changed both of our lives.